Hey guys, this is Aashish from Infamy, and you're watching Metal DNA. Personally, I look up to guitarists like Adrian Smith, Dave Murray, Dave Mustaine, James Hetfield, John Sykes, Glenn Tipton, Tony Iommi, and a bunch of other guitarists. Um, as a band, we look up to bands like Accept, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Saxon, Whitesnake, Metallica, Megadeth, and so on. Three of my all-time favorite bands are Iron Maiden, Metallica, and Megadeth. The first show I ever attended was when Metallica came down to Bangalore in 2011. I think I was 15 at the time, and yeah, it was an insane show because I didn't know what to expect. I'd just listened to a couple of the classic albums by then, but I was just discovering them, and I remember them playing a lot of classic stuff. They had a lot of stuff from Ride the Lightning and Master of Puppets and stuff, and I think that was when I decided to take music seriously as well. So yeah, Metallica, Bangalore 2011. Age of Deceit. Okay, so Age of Deceit, as the name suggests, is about how things that we think we know, with regard to politics, the media, religion, and any other institution that you can think of, is wrong at a fundamental level. So that's what Age of Deceit is. It's influenced by a lot of conspiracy theories, especially reptilian conspiracy theories, and you can see that in the artwork as well. So on the artwork we have four prominent world leaders: Jacob Rothschild, David Rockefeller, Queen Elizabeth, and George H.W. Bush. So yeah, that's Age of Deceit in a nutshell. Infamy had its first real lineup in October 2016. So it was a four-piece band at the time. It had Nihal Shastri on vocals and bass, Govind Narayanan on drums, and Vivek and myself on guitars. So yeah, October 2016. Infamy means to be known for unlawful things, to be known for the wrong reasons. And as a hard rock slash heavy metal band, we are looking for uh, a powerful name that screamed rebellion basically. And I think Infamy seemed to do the trick. As far as future plans go, Infamy has a new album in the pipeline. So we plan on releasing uh, an 8-track full-length album next year, and we have a five-piece lineup now. It's a completely different lineup, so you can expect more twin melodies, an overall more aggressive sound, and the new songs are way faster as well. So yeah, a new album next year. The first real gig we played was in March 2017 at a pub called J Cubes, which wasn't really known, for hosting metal gigs as such. But yeah, so we played to a really small audience along with our friends in Regicide and another band called Nethrax. And yeah, it was awesome. We didn't really know what to expect, but we did play four originals and the Judas Priest cover. So yeah, all in all, it was an awesome gig. We didn't really get to play a lot of shows before the original lineup disbanded, but the show that stood out to me was the one in November 2017 called Killing Fields. We shared the stage with our friends in Regicide once again and a couple of other thrash bands, and the vibe was great, and also we started to gain some traction online, and so yeah, that's the gig that stood out to me the most. There are no musicians I hate. I mean, there are bands and artists I like and others I don't, but I don't really hate any musician. As far as bucket lists go, I'd say we'd love to go to Europe, places like Germany, Netherlands, and also, we'd also love to play in South America, like Brazil, Chile, Argentina, and so on. As a band, we've never really struggled with performance anxiety, but personally, I still have a problem engaging the crowd because I'm not used to that yet. But I think a big part of overcoming performance anxiety is, first of all, to make sure you don't make a big deal out of it, and of course, practice helps. So if you have a series of gigs that you have to play, then it gets easier with each gig. As far as the music scene or the metal scene is concerned, it's pretty much dead. Especially in India, it's dead, and other places in the world are also suffering because of COVID-19. So I think the key to making it work as a band is to put out kick-ass music, and then just going to where the market is. If you're a heavy metal band, then you'd probably do well in Germany or anywhere else in Europe that's into old school heavy metal. I think the number one problem with bands, especially in India, is the fact that people don't really listen to the music they claim to be influenced by. So if you're a heavy metal band, and you're influenced by bands like Priest, Maiden, Metallica, whatever, you need to spend time listening to their records, and it's not a single here and there. You need to make sure that you listen to albums, you listen to their classic stuff, pay attention to the nuances, stuff like that. Basically you have to build a foundation, and I think that's what we've done. And the other thing is, um, when you come up with riffs and lyrics and drum parts or whatever, you need to be willing to keep what works and then throw away the rest. You need to be objective in the way that you approach songwriting. And finally, as a band, everyone in the band has to be on the same page. Otherwise, there's no chance of the band working out.